World Championship for Call of Duty Mobile. Let's see who takes this one home.
It's going to be a good one. And again, I think this has to be for Tribe. You have to come out immediately. This is your bread and butter. This is their favorite hardpoint map. Wolves let it through because they didn't like Arsenal, so you have to provide electricity from the word go, which is right now. Tribe Gaming, Wolves Esports, final quarterfinal before we get to our top four. Let's get it on.
Tough to really gauge about just the favorite side of the map. There's so much that could go wrong down here in P1. So many different kills could give you an advantage. Tribe able to find at least themselves a clean kill feed, but still, test of time is going to be decent. A lot of time still to be playing for before we have to take the rotation towards new.
Still that battle for the high ground, echoing across the hallways. Smoke comes through in the middle. Xing will use that as a chance to jump on in, contest over to the jump spot for Tribe. Not going to result in too much of anything. Wolves off to a pretty solid start. Now it comes down to the motion across the map. Bottom left, looking for that garage hard point that opens in the next 28 seconds. Wolves already in a good spot to at least fight back over through topside staircase, but Tribe find the kills, and that gives enough time for them to get in, get a little bit of exit time, and still have some members on rotation.
S-Thug has actually started to lurk his way all the way through the mansion, trying to get in behind inside of Lambo, but I mean, Wolves' setup on this rotation is a good one, but they didn't have more than just a single player inside of the Lambo for the new hill, so somehow Tribe have worked their way through the mansion and have players trying to set up for new.
Peg down low, able to catch a couple of members of Tribe off guard. Trade does come through, Pinstripe goes the kill feed. Hardpoint opens up. Tribe currently on the inside, but Wolves close to possibly contesting. Rabal low, able to find himself a double, and now he's got the nastiest heady in least in the game, but the Lambo explodes, pushes him off of it, and now Wolves have a bit of a lifeline to try to pinch this hardpoint from behind. Xing able to get one. Teammates from the front having a little bit more trouble getting over towards the hill, and Tribe use that chaos as a chance to reestablish control.
Double pincher effect. One player ended up spawning out. That was Zai, dealt with swiftly over by the staircase. Just when you thought that Wolves were looking pretty darn good for the rotation over towards P2, which could be considered a money hill, it gets immediately broken up by Tribe. It's a lead, a small one at that, but now you're starting to get closer towards these operators, and P3 might just be seen towards the end when we start to see them being popped.
Yeah, exit time's gonna be good here for Tribe. One last finesse play from Wolves, not gonna amount to too much. But the exit kills over the middle of the map do look good for the team in blue. Only player to get through will be S-Thug. Good start for him, like we mentioned. He needs to have a good one. He's on 9 kills and already has the ability to pop his operator if he needs to on rotation here. And S-Thug top office says business hours are closed. And now the Sparrow being earned, not going to be pulled here as he gets surprised by Wolves' proximal spawn. They get in defenses first.
S-Thug has been that player now going over towards P2 as well as P3 is always trying to be the tip of the spear for Tribe, or the tip of the axe as it may end up being, to try to get themselves the rotation over towards New, but there's a lot of focus across this north lane for Wolves.
Yeah, Tribe able to shut down the Claw though. That leads to an opportunity to neutralize the hard point. Space trying to find some work in areas to get this purifier going. Just trying to see if he can freeze some toes. There we go. Finds Peg just over the top of the brick wall. Not going to find Neon at range, though. War Machine also being assisted. And a trade between the Gravity Vortex gun. 50-50 goes the hard point. Rion with the Annihilator. Looking to get this thing to sing a song. But Peg shuts him down, and back and forth we go. Game of tug of war. Just a small difference between the two. But the Purifier will at least gain a little bit of extra space as we will finish off this last couple of seconds favoring Wolves.
Yep, sure will. That's going to keep this game just about even before we rotate all the way down over by the water side once again for the final hill in the rotation. And once you know it again, it's player number 4 putting himself down there. It's S-Thug, but immediately snuffed out. Trying to get players through the rotation, just sprinting through the middle of the map. Wolves trying to get themselves their numbers so that way they can win the rotation. Looking pretty good for it.
Peg was in a little bit of trouble though, so Tribe not going to be in the hard point first, but do have the opportunity to get themselves set up. No operators being popped as of yet. Here's the X Factor, Zai in the corner, only able to take down one. Tribe also shutting down the Sparrow. A couple of clean kills come through, and it's Rapallo again. How big has he been for this team? He's on 18 kills. Solo says, sounds like a good time to pop the equalizer, and only gets one of the 2 in front of him. Wolves now immediately trying to get themselves back in. Peg, Zai working together, and they will be enough, because why not? Have been all weekend long and continue to be the case as Zai goes into another kill.
So very tight, 15 seconds. Honestly, you can fight over it because it'll give you immediate top halls control, which could set yourself up for P1. These close P2 spawns coming through from Tribe to try to get at least the last few seconds over inside of P4 might just be the end-all, be-all of the first set, and it will be the case. 87-80 will be the score going in towards the second set, and Wolves are absolutely slaying the hell out. 17 kills for Zai. You got 16 for Jing, 14 for Peg. Your usual suspects just showing up here for Wolves.
Thug trying to catch timing over towards Spiral Staircase. Only catches one. Space following up, though, does control the high ground for Tribe. So very quickly, they find themselves on towards Fountain. Peg trying to be a bit of a nuisance, but taken away very quickly. 90 plays 86. Tribe looking to take their lead for the first time in a while now. But still in their way, Wolves keeping things mixy. And these SMGs for Wolves just don't seem to die. They get a kill, pop over, find themselves a little bit of safety, and that safe haven provides an opportunity for more. And with that, Wolves still in a chance here to keep this thing pretty much 50-50 all the way through Fountain.
You look at it, Delise of all the kills. Rabala was up to 24. Hunter Killer Drone will be invested, has the operator should he want to use it. Claw now invested here for Zai up towards the top side of the staircase. These are massive kills on the rotation over towards New. 10 seconds is all that remains over by P1. Just a 7-point disadvantage that Tribe find themselves on. But still, it's the kills that are found at the utmost right times, like Zai's 3-piece there. That should help out the rotation over towards New.
Plus the left-right combo makes this rotation for Tribe extra laborious. Now around the back, Hunter Killer Drone trying to sniff out the spawns. Rabalo, War Machine out, gets shut down by the Pred Missile, also called in. Tribe still spawn in, but they do lose a pretty key operator. Sparrow used to try to break. War Machine there to answer. Trades go back and forth between the two. Now it's on to the last two members of Tribe, trying to break this thing from the back, and that will work out. Good kills again from the SMG line. Wolves quick to try to find a way to rebuttal to this, and the Purifier will be spent, but Peg only getting one will not be enough to swing the color of the hard point. Still, the battle rages on. Smoke making things a bit disastrous as Space brings the Purifier in, looking for someone to spray down, and finally Tribe will establish control.
The Wolves were still spawning close there. Both teams were, in fact. So if you are Tribe, specifically Space, you felt that you needed to invest that Purifier just to be able to swing the back 20 seconds. It's a big one to have for yourself, but you still have close spawns coming through from Wolves. 10 seconds left here on P2, and the rotation also needs to be required. Wolves have the easier opportunity. Tribe investing their last bit of numbers to try to get in towards this old hill to be able to get themselves this 10-point lead, but it's looking like Wolves are going to have the setup once again here at 3.
But no operators to help this setup. On the other side, Tribe have already popped the equalizer, trying to use this as a way to break. Rehan also at the ready in case he wants to pop his op to try to get this thing into the favor of Tribe more convincingly. Backside fence being cleared out. Solo just spamming everything down, looking left, right, up, down, inside, out. Able to find at least 2 kills, but the trade does come out. Wolves from the front have to try to find a way to break this. Rehan trying to keep them at bay with the Annihilator. Slid on, but doesn't matter. Rehan hits the first. Now a chance to either establish control or take this into the spawn of Wolves, which has been flipped over to the backside at fences, but it looks like for Wolves, they're going to be late on this break attempt, and Tribe are going to be getting a lot of the time because of it.
And keep in mind, this is supposed to be a recontest of all things for Wolves. They were here first, but the operators that were being invested for Tribe is going to be the spearhead, the catalyst, if you will, for the majority of time here at P3. 15 seconds left, and Wolves might just send a couple more members just to try to battle for the last 10 seconds, getting inside the hard point, which is perfectly fine. Now it's Tribe with a 30-point lead, and they have players rotating over towards New.
War Machine at the ready. Rabalo's got streaks also building. 34 kills for Rabalo. 31, pardon me, for S-Thug. 2 key players really having it their way right now. Zai up top. Found himself a ground. He's going to use this to lock down rotation. Here comes the hit for Tribe. War Machine shut down in the corner. Peg able to follow up on this. Opportunity for Wolves to get some numbers, but S-Thug, key double for him. He's still alive in the hard point. S-Thug for more. Oh boy, now he's got the Sparrow out. Getting to work with it. 162 on 26. Tribe all over the hard point and growing their lead.
Now they have the reads for the spawns coming through from the Lambo side. One player does spawn out. It's going to be Zai there for the pinch. Has at least one player spotting in towards the boathouse. Last player alive was S-Thug inside the hard point. The Hunter Killer Drone will at least take down one more. But you feel like the damage was done through the second set of hard points for Tribe. Not only have they flipped the lead, they have made it about 40 points.
Wolves have to find a way to claw themselves back into this game. This scrap time could be massive to try to assist in that effort. 3 operators at the ready. How much do we see spent as we rotate over to Fountain? That's the true question as Tribe continue to make things punishing. And not really any seconds were earned there at the end of the scrap time for Wolves. It was contested for almost the entirety of it, and the final 5 actually go the way of Tribe. So just about a 50-point game. Wolves will be hitting from the office side. Tribe on the opposite through Art. Back and forth battles all over the high ground. Neon trying to change things up, and he's got S-Thug who goes to the drop shot. It's filthy. And Tribe Gaming have the numbers in the hard point.
Big old tango up top in the hallways. This is a big difference maker. Equalizer pulled out by Solo, shut down. Just getting as many resources out before we rotate over towards P2, but Wolves need the time. This could be the desperation moment that Tribe can catch them lacking.
Lead is significant. Tribe in a position to try to close this map out. Wolves looking to claw their way back in. Having a hard time dealing with Solo in the hard point, though, and I mean, I'm telling you, every second he gets is a massive one. Zai finds himself on 4, big triple for him. Has the operator at the ready. Looking to spam down more, but Rehan will take him out of the hard point. Peg forced to still contest. Again, every second's a bad second that Tribe earns if you're a Wolves fan. Over towards rotation. Keep your eye on the minimap. Team in blue needing to find a way to get themselves set up, and they are trying to play for driveway side, but there are members of Tribe in the way, and they're causing a lot of havoc.
Got for Jing, though, actually opting in to take the office route to try to pinch this in from behind, knowing that there's going to be players on this south lane. Wolves need to find this, and they need to be a benefactor for a break quickly.
Sparrow comes out trying to assist on the break. Rehan, Annihilator gets earned, but doesn't have a chance to even consider pulling it out. Sparrow will assist in the break. Now the claw to reinforce the hold. Do you get a read on how Tribe are trying to hit this? Oh my goodness, Rabalo spawns in alongside number 2 in space, and no one anticipated that. S-Thug pulls the Sparrow out, and that changes things dramatically. S-Thug from one side, the rest of Tribe from the other. They cannot win here, but again, they're able to put this thing at least at 240 if they can find every final second.
It's looking pretty good for it too. Rabalo spawning in, being the benefactor from that spawn occurrence. Pulls out the War Machine, layering in more damage. It's causing Wolves distress that they have to pull out operators of their own just to try to answer back for this time. We're fighting for all of 5 seconds, plus you have to get the rotation over towards New as well. Wolves will have it once again. But Tribe are trying to battle for the old time. It's going to leave them a little lacking as far as the rotation towards New.
That could be a costly decision. Remember that final hit from Tribe. If Wolves are able to hold things down, they've got operator advantage. The Gravity Vortex gun spent first. S-Thug sucked into it. No problems there as the vacuum continues to find kills. Space hit in the face with a 100-killer drone. 190, 228. Tribe not really putting together any semblance of a setup here for a break attempt. Everyone's getting picked one by one. Wolves are starting to make this happen, and players are earning streaks on top of it. This is how a breakdown can happen.
30 seconds still left to fight over. Tribe can close it out if they can find the break, but there's no point of interest to be able to work their way in. One player does spawn out. Rabalo needs to find value in this spawn once again, but still kills. Going back and forth, Predator Missile also being invested by Neon. They are keeping them at bay.
Tribe is losing complete composure. Everyone's trying to solo chow this. No break comes through, and we have the possibility of Wolves getting a lead swap. S-Thug taking himself out of the picture. Final attempts here for Tribe, and it's all in pieces. What has gone wrong for Tribe? The major lead starts to all of a sudden battle against them. We rotate to New. 7 seconds till the hard point opens. Rapalo's going to be there first, but he gets gunned by Jing, and now Wolves will have numbers and a chance to fight.
Spawns for the boathouse. 2 players strong. Rabalo and Space are going to be setting up for the pinch. At least some trades to speak of. Tribe have found themselves in, and Solo pulls out the equalizer.
Lifeline from Solo. The equalizer gives him a double. What can be used for Wolves to try to break this? They're hitting from 2 sides at once. Kills start to come through. Solo, the last one standing. Solo able to find another 2 kills. Is that enough time and space for Tribe to get back into this? Wolves are the better numbers. Taken down by the Purifier is S-Thug. It's all about, can these operators find value? War Machine trying to blow them out of the map. Tribe are all spawning on one side. They're not going to be able to get here in time as the Purifier locks things down. And that is what we call in the industry an absolute breakdown by Tribe. Wolves steal away their bread and butter hardpoint.
They had themselves somewhere near about a 50-point lead going in towards that set of hardpoints. Alan, that is despicable, to say the least. That way that Tribe were setting themselves up for that P2 looked great off of the spawn. That happened there from Rabalo. But then they try to hit for what, 5 seconds on P2? Instead of rotating through office and pillars to get themselves inside of P3, through all of the kills that Wolves were able to find across the entirety of P3, which, by the way, all times that we were at P3, they were the initial ones there. They got themselves the operators. It came down to the last-ditch effort from the team captain of Solo with the equalizer there at the end. And it was just an operator advantage that Wolves were able to pull out there and keep them at bay there at P4.
And I will say, not only is the decision for Tribe to hit that scrap time super costly, but at the same rate, you gotta hit the regain button. You can't just keep going in 2v5 and expecting that things are going to go your way. And then I think the final thing, and maybe the more impressive part, we weren't really sure what Wolves are going to be able to give to us in the hard point. We knew that they're going to be a great search and destroy team, but their ability to manipulate spawns here, perfect. I mean, they're anchoring the left side of the map. They know for a fact that Tribe have to be hitting them from both sides, and then at that point, the operators of a War Machine and a Purifier aren't going to get beat. And Q9, I'm sure, just got injected with a huge life force, stealing that map away from Tribe.
You can see the breath of fresh air, just immediately leaning back in the chair, just getting the job done there at the end. 50 kills for S-Thug for the L was the tip of the spear more often than not for these rotations, but just simply was not enough for the combined 104 kills between Jing and Zai. Typically, it's both Peg and Zai that are the ones that are popping off in the hard point, but why not, Jing? Have yourself a game, young man. Also had about 1:40 of OBJ time. Everybody sharing the legwork, like you said there from Wolves, man. That was probably the best in probably most composed hardpoint we have ever seen them play.
Absolutely the case. And that's just massive for the series, swinging even more favorably towards Wolves.
Yes.
I mean, again, it is a bit bizarre. Like, to get talking through the hardpoint vetoes, Tribe had to make a decision. Do we take out Takeoff or do we take out Summit? Those were the two maps that Wolves really ran through China on. So you had to pick your poison.
Yeah.
And somehow Summit still doesn't get picked. So it is a bit bizarre, and it kind of feels like, I think, when Tribe are looking at the map set saying, we kind of got away with one here. All we got to do is win our opening hardpoint, and we've got extra lifelines built into the series. Problem now is they didn't win their hardpoint, and the things start to look very dire in terms of how do you find a way to steal 3 maps somewhere in the mix here against a Wolves team that's very complete across the rest of this map set.
Yes, they sure do, because we're setting ourselves up for that map number 2. It's going to go down on Meltdown. This is a map mode combination that we did see yesterday for this Wolves roster, where they completely blew Kagendra out of the water. 7-2 was that final scoreline in recency. Not to mention, I mean, let's just call it buck here. It is S&D. This is Wolves' wheelhouse.
Yeah, absolutely the case. And that was the one thing we for sure knew coming into all this, was that the Chinese teams were going to be a major threat in search and destroy. They value it a lot higher just in their format and play style than what we see out west normally. And then that said, you know, there's a mixed bag of results here for Tribe. I'm just kind of going through the canals of my brain here, like thinking back to Tribe in particular on this map, and it's either hot or cold. And it's not just by instance of them playing it. Sometimes they have a super hot first half and a super cold second half. So it's not a convincing map for Tribe in any form. It's their most played, sure,